Hi traders and welcome to Elite Currency live webinar today. As always, my name is Nenad and I will show you some things that you should definitely know. So we will talk about psychology of making money. So this webinar is definitely one of important ones and it can definitely serve you better. I will be showing you my live trades, my fixed boost statistics, and will tell you how you can actually be a profitable trader. Unfortunately, you know that today there are a lot of teachers, traders who try to teach you and who want to teach you how to trade, and none of them will show you their statistics. Let's say MyFX book or live account trading. They just keep talking about theory, and that theory is nothing without a real proof, a real trading proof that their methods are valuable. Of course, the competition in this market is huge, but I really think that before you start to trade, before you actually decide to deposit the money on education or any service, you need to check the validity of it. For example, I've been trading for 10 years and I've been full-time trader for some 6 years, and definitely took me a lot of practice and a lot of trial and error to get to the point where I trade all the time, full time, professionally. And you know, last year both Chris and I won the best Forex analyst award with forextreak.com. So it's very important that you know that psychology of making money is not an easy task to master, and that you will have a lot of obstacles before you actually start making money consistently. But here we are. I'm here definitely to help you out and to guide you through all possible obstacles, to all possible things that you can encounter during trading. Of course, Chris and I, run a service. It's called ECS Live, and we post our setups there. We keep the track of trading on our account via myfxbook.com, and that is what I will be also showing you by the end of the webinar. So we can actually start, and today's agenda will be Maslow's hierarchy of needs, trading psychology, learning to avoid mistakes, and I will show you a YouTube live trading video on live account. Of course, I trade with both small and big accounts, and this account that I will show you is a bigger one, and I will specifically show you how much money I made on 2 trades and why the money hasn't had any effect on my psychology. And I know that a lot of you have the biggest problem with keeping the trades running, especially if you enter with a bigger lot size, and that is inappropriate, let's say, for a trading account. So this is agenda what I will be talking about, and now I will actually start with the first thing that is called need. And need in its simplest form is something we need to live a good life. For all of you, financial freedom is something that you should strive to, because in the world, material world, where we are living currently in, time is money, and without money, you I know a lot of people will tell you happiness is not in money. I agree, but something that you need to, for a quality of life, for a better life, that is why we all need money, you know. And I always say money is something that we try to make, but it's not always easy, especially when you have a day job and you depend on your firm's payroll, and you get the fixed amount each month. You know, it's something that you don't have a prosperity. You don't have an aim, a goal, a true goal. And when you trade forex market, it will all depend on you, on your psychology. If you know how to trade, you can make a lot more than you will be making with your day job. Even if your day job is like fully paid out, if you have a good salary, it's still Believe me, guys, it's still much, much lower than you could actually possibly make with forex trading. But you need to know some things before you say, okay, I want to be rich. You cannot get rich overnight. First thing. The second thing is you need to be professional, because this is the business, and forex trading, you need to treat it as a business. If you don't treat it as a business, the thing is that you might be gambling, and that is what will lower your account, that will deplete your account. You will be margin called, and I don't think that you will be able to make any money consistently. So let's start from the simplest form of this pyramid of needs, pyramid of Morris. Also, it's called need, and we have psychological need, like breathing, food, water, shelter, clothing, and sleep. This is what the basic survival instinct will always kick in. We need to breathe, we need food, we need water, we need shelter, clothing, sleep. So people who don't have this are, I mean, homeless people are at the basic stair, this basic stair of the pyramid. The first stair to the actually top of the pyramid is having something that will give you security. At least uh, I need to say, filtering out all other needs in the sense of survival. Because if you cannot satisfy the first need, then definitely your survival is at stake. But fortunately, you are probably here because you are a bit higher on this pyramid. You are not at the bottom, of course. So the next is safety and security. So, like health, employment, family, social stability. If you have a day job, right, it's usually enough to provide you with the second the second form of satisfying your needs, and the second step towards the top of the pyramid. So it's called safety and security. So every single man or woman, of course, with a day job should have this need satisfied. Now, next step depends on us. It's called love and belonging. So it's like friendship, family, intimacy, sense of connection. It's up to you, guys. If you know how to deal with people, if you know how to deal with your relationships, like friendships, with love, with your uh, whatever you have, a love or lover or husband or a wife, it's all connected. It's connected to this third need on this pyramid, and it's called love and belonging. And it entirely depends on you. It's how you will manage it. Of course, I forgot to say, but it's very simple. Until you make a step towards the next need, you need to satisfy the previous need. So in order to get to safety and security, you need to satisfy psychological need. In order to get to love and belonging, you need to satisfy safety and security. Now, next one is self-esteem, and that is where trading in forex market or doing something that you excel at can definitely help you out. Confidence, achievement, respect of others, and the need to be a unique individual. If you're working for a firm or a company, you're not unique. Maybe some of your characteristics or traits, psychological traits, are very unique, right? And people will distinguish you among thousands of different people who work in the same company. But you will not be a very, very unique individual. Now, if you're not striving to be a unique individual, you will probably satisfy the third need, love and belonging, and you won't be moving towards the top of the pyramid. My advice is always to try to get more confident, try to get some achievement. It does not need to be necessarily forex trading, right? It can be something that you are also good at. Maybe you're good at cooking, maybe you're good at kickboxing, maybe you're good at I don't know, driving vehicles. But you need to be unique. If you follow me on Instagram, for example, you will see that you know that I'm a trader, and I'm always there talking to you. You can watch my videos on YouTube and trading live and so on. But there are also other aspects of my life. that I like to cover. For example, I'm a big fan of adrenaline, and I like a lot to, to drive motorcycles, bikes. I like to jump from cliffs. I practice Muay Thai. Whatever is dangerous, to me, it's very attractive. And I always say, what is ordinary, it cannot satisfy me. That what is out of the ordinary, something that is a little bit maybe crazy in the sense, that is very interesting to me. Something that is forbidden, something that is not for everyone. So that is why why maybe I also have a successful forex career, because I always try to achieve and to be the best what I'm interested in. And my priority is forex business, and besides that, we of course have other hobbies, and that is what I also try to be good at. And finally is self-actualization, the top of the pyramid, where you need to definitely come to the point to understand all morality principles, creativity, acceptance, your inner potential. And with self-actualization, you will be at the top and you will succeed in whatever you do. That is the hardest step to achieve, and that is something that you can do if you follow all of principles yourself, something that you believe in. And of course, you need to satisfy all previous needs in order to get to the self-actualization. Being the best forex analyst really gave me a lot of happiness. Although, of course, that is now what I'm saying. It's not everything about money, because I got the award, and of course, it's not paid award. We didn't receive any money for it, right? But it's good because it actually gives you one of these crucial principles and key traits that I've been talking about. So when you have that award, you will just strive to get to be even better, and to get to the point that you will never ever try to actually drop it out of your hands. Uh, in English, it means that I will always be there for you and helping you out in your forex trading career, as long as I'm, of course, healthy, and of course, as long as I'm there, you don't need to be afraid of that. And that is what keeps me motivating. You keep me motivated. You keep me motivated. You definitely are my food for thought. You're something that give me the strength, the inner strength to carry on, to fight with all these trading obstacles, and to be always and always better and better. And without you, there wouldn't be tarantula, right? So this is what I also wanted to tell you, that self-actualization cannot be achieved without external assistance. So definitely, you traders are always there to keep me at the top. Now, next thing is, during trading and during making money, you will be experiencing something that I've been through a lot of times before, and it's called the Four Horsemen. It's called hope, fear, greed, and regret. It is something that you will face during your trading careers, something that you will face during your day jobs, something that you will face, of course, during your life. Especially, this is important during your trading. Hope is something that you need to be afraid of at the same extent as the fear, greed, and regret. And these four horsemen will make you maybe will make you uh, afraid of the market. But because I have experienced it and I know how to fight it, I will tell you the remedy for all of these horsemen or traits that can actually drive you out from trading successfully. The first thing is hope, and the hope is the expectation that something will happen. It is usually a strong desire, and it will happen when you're in a losing trade, especially if you don't have a stop loss. So if you don't have a stop loss, then you will be hoping that your trade will come in profits. Hope is irrational, because what is the guarantee that the price will move back in your direction? So you can only hope, right? and moving your stop loss further away and moving your stop loss further away will actually take you a little bit closer to margin call. Also, hope is connected to cutting the winners in small profits instead of letting your trade run. All of these are emotional errors, and you definitely need to be ready to fight them before you actually say, okay, I won't be doing that anymore. Hope is something that is uh, unforgivable in Forex trading, because if you trade based on hope and your trades are based on hope, you guys definitely should not be traders. Of course, I'm saying if you know what your problem is and you know that you're always gambling, hoping that your price will go in profits, then you need to stop trading, get yourself up, try to actually realize that that's not a good thing and move on, either with trading or with your life. Because trading with hope is what will never, ever, ever give you any success in Forex trading. And that is one of Four Horsemen, guys. That is, I'm sure that there have been times where you actually hope that your trade will go in profits, because you have a big lot size and you're afraid that if it goes further away, that you will lose a lot of money, and you start to sweat, your heart starts to beat up, you are very, very emotionally detached, you cannot focus, you're angry, then the people who you talk to, you can be angry to them. It's not good. It's not good at all. Next one is fear. I always say, do not trade when you are at the resistance. Euphoria, guys. Euphoria is very bad for your trading. You should be optimistic. You can feel a thrill. It's okay, guys. But trying to trade based on euphoria because you think that you're invincible is also something that you should definitely stay away from. Uh, this is some sort of spiral of your emotions, and you should actually trade from this level. Optimistic. You're optimistic. You believe that your trade will go fine. If it goes fine, you cut the profits, but you don't want to overtrade. You don't enter new trades. It's called euphoria, because if it gets into the opposite direction, what can happen is depression, anger. Usually, this spiral is very fast. This drop is very fast on your emotions. And from complacency to anger, it will take maybe a day or minutes or maybe a few days. And then you will get depressed. Sometimes it takes you a few minutes to lose everything that you made for the last month. And then it goes to disbelief. But there is still a chance, if you get to this point, that you will start trading optimistically. So fear is very, very dangerous, and fear of losing, or fear of not entering the right way, is solved easily by making the zone, as I always do. 10 pip zone, and then if the price gets in the zone, you enter. If it retraces deeper, you add one position more, and it will be fine. So you will not miss any trades. So the problem with fear is that you will be fear of either losing money or entering too late. Fear of losing money is very easily solved by lowering your risk. And as I already said, fear of not entering, you need to have a zone. And when the price gets in the zone, you open a smaller position, then add one more position on a deeper retracement. Next one is greed. Greed is what we call a selfish and excessive desire for, let's say, money that is needed. If you hold position too long, if you're over trading, if you turn your winning trades into losing trades, it's called greed, because you should not be greedy. You should build your account consistently in a proper way. You need to go step by step, and you need to actually try to realize that getting a rich scheme doesn't work in Forex market. Uh, we can be profitable, but only with a studious approach with a slow and steady build, where we slowly and steady build our accounts, and where we definitely can fight with these four horsemen. So one of the examples is, I already wrote here that we become very optimistic about our trades, and it's easy to get carried away if you want to make more and more profits. That is why I always protect my profits if I see that something might happen. But I do it, guys, because it's easy. I trade with low risk, and I will show you. I try to risk the profits, not the equity. It's psychologically much easier. It will get the account will be built slower, but much safer than over leveraging and putting all your risk into a single trade. And next one is regret. It will happen when traders miss an opportunity, and you will always ask yourself, what if? What could have happened if I hadn't done it? What would have happened if I entered a little bit earlier? You cannot change what happened. You need to be focused on now. This is very, very big mistake, and especially traders who missed out a good chunk of trend or move will have regret, and it will make them jump again into a freight train, losing everything. That is, guys, unacceptable. You need to realize again that there is no regret in forex market, in forex trading. Every trade is 50-50 when you open it. By using your successful system, by applying different set of tools, your chances can go up to 120 for winning. Because regret will cause you and will cause so-called chasing the trade. You don't need to do it. Never ever chase the trade. Evaluate what happened and move on. So trading with low risk is something that I have been really advising all these years. Why you should always trade with low risk? Of course, if you are a professional trader also, and you have some portfolio, and there is an investor who is saying, okay, I want you to risk 50%, but you need to make 50%, then you need to be ready to accept a bigger risk. But if you trade like slowly building the account up or with compounding, you should try to trade with lower risk. Definitely. Why? Because there is a so-called tripod of successful trading. You need to have a profitable trading strategy. It's called systematic approach based on technical and fundamental analysis. You need to have a good risk management and trading psychology. If one of these legs falls, all will fall. So definitely profitable trading strategy is very important. Always set 3 tasks for you. Don't lose capital, that is your primary task, and stay on the flow for many years. Second task is gradually multiply your equity, and third is earn profits. If you try to replace the third task for the first task, I guarantee that you will lose. So not to lose the capital, gradually multiply your equity and earn your profits. It's extremely important, guys. Very important. And this is what I'm talking about. So we have a account. As you can see, it's connected to my fixed book. And you see my trade. It's Australian dollar. And my risk for this trade, and I will tell you right away here, I will write it down, is this one. My profits are this one, for example. This is it. So if I lose, guys, I will be losing for my balance, because I already made this account 47% up. And if I win this trade, it will add more. If I lose this, I will be losing from my profits only, not from my equity. So I trade even with lower lot size here on this account. I even trade with 0.08, sometimes 0.06. And 0.10 is maximum. Because if I lose, I want to lose from my profit, not from my equity. So I drop the risk and I let the trade run. that is the focus of this webinar. Psychology of making money, guys, is trade with lower risk. It's not about money. It's about how much you're willing to lose. Because when you make a trade, you need to have a stop loss. Your stop loss is dynamic thing, while your risk is fixed thing. Say that your risk is in between 0.5 and 3%. It should be fixed. It doesn't matter if your stop loss is 60 pips. It doesn't matter if your stop loss is 16 pips or 600 pips. Your risk should be integrated into a stop loss. Now, you see, I'm totally relaxed. I gave the signal on my Telegram group. We are running a Telegram group, ECS Live, and we are in the trade. It's positive, but I don't want to take only, I don't know, what is this, like 15, 20 pips, because this is 4-hour time frame. I want more, so I'm willing to take the risk and let my trade still run. It's important, guys, that you understand that. Okay, now, also what is important, to keep the statistic, guys. Try to keep the statistics. It's, for example, on Telegram here, on my FX book, it's live account verified here, and you can see the curve here. I always analyze the curve, and if I make, of course, a losing trade, I know why I lost it. But it's usually a controlled risk, totally controlled risk. So definitely try to keep my fixed book statistics. Sometimes they're not so perfect. For example, I make much more pips than it says here. But it's because sometimes if you trade WTI, oil, or DEX, or let's say dollar yen, it can mess up a little bit with profit in pips. So it's not very accurate regarding this because of the flow of my fixed book, but this is what you should be focused at also, trying to keep the stats. You see if your trades are in profit, are in loss, or you have a trend. This is obviously uptrend here, because on my account you see higher lows and higher highs. Okay, there is no big lower low, and it will not happen as long as I respect my psychology, and I do. It will not happen that it will drop in a single day like this. It will happen to you guys if one of the four horsemen approaches and you cannot fight it or defend versus it. So you need to learn, and you need to really listen carefully to what I'm saying here. Now, this is the example that I will show you. It's actually live trade. You see, I just don't know why some people pressed this thumbs down, because this is live account. You can check it on an ECS channel. You see it's live account here. I just, of course, made it blurred, but it's live account, and these are live profits. And you see this is a big account, and now profits are 6,800. But on this example, but I didn't actually close the trade. I closed it for even more, because if I trade on bigger account, profits are bigger, but it should not affect your psychology. As I say, percentage is what it matters. Percentage of risk, percentage of gains or wins. It looks like it's good money. It's okay for let's say 3 trades. Total sum here is 6,782, but it had the potential to go even further up, so I left it. I didn't want to be sucked into a money trap, because then it will mean that I close maybe my trade a little bit earlier, not focusing on pips, just purely focusing on money. It's not okay. You should follow your method system, exit at the right point, and do not regret if you didn't make 6,000 but you actually made 1,000. Do not regret. It will make you jump into a necessary trade, into something that you cannot control. So psychology of making money is very clear. You need to be emotionally very, very strong, and you should definitely respect to what your account has been doing. If you have been in profits for, let's say, couple of months, why would you risk? your profits. Why would you risk that you lose everything with a single trade, guys? It can be very dangerous to your psychology, and it can be very, very dangerous to your mind. So always try to be calm, always try to risk lower. See if your account, if you have 100,000 account, it's okay. Then it's still lower risk if you take the approach that I showed you. But if you have like 5,000 account and you just made 1,000 on a single trade, something is not right. You're risking too much. It's not good. I know that it's satisfactory. I made a good money out of 5,000. I made 1,000, but it's not good in the long run. It will make you lose. You can always check what we are doing, guys. And if you find it interesting, just, of course, if you trade with us, if you see our results, go to Forex Peace Army and you can make some reviews there. For example, on Forex Factory, when I started to do Forex trading, I had 4 million views. And that is what I've been trading, the really Camarilla MACD method. Received many awards, but everything was done by sweating hard. I had a lot of sleepless nights. I really was that I have been dedicated to this business 101%. And I just want you to know that you can be a successful trader. I guarantee you that you can be. But psychology of making money is something that you should work on, because it's the single most important thing out of all important things in Forex trading. Psychology, guys, remember. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If you don't have questions, guys, then definitely I hope that you enjoyed the webinar, and I hope that you will also maybe subscribe to our services and come to also free webinars, because we do everything for you: creating method systems, doing trade management, uh, making webinars, and so on. We want you to be the part of our family and to see how we trade successfully. Okay. Thank you for listening. I don't have any questions. Uh, Try to memorize all this, what I have said, and this will be uploaded, of course, but try to remember all these important things, guys, because I want you to be like me. I want you to be good in this, really. Thank you, guys. And yeah, the question, I still have time for questions. The question from Elislav: what are you doing when you make a big win or lose? I don't have big wins, nor I have big losses. That is important, because everything should be balanced. Uh, your wins should over exceed losses, and your wins should be far greater than losses. But you don't have to have one grand slam, because if you have one grand slam, one good trade, it will just make you like feeling invincible, and you will do that again, and maybe next time you will have a big losing trade. I don't care. What's my risk? Really, is it a big winner or a big loser? Now, if I enter with much bigger lot size, I would have had 200 euros on this account, but I don't care. I'm building this account slowly. But I can tell you that uh, back in days, of course, I had some problems that you are mentioning when I make a big win or a big loss. If I took a big win, then I was the happiest person, and I said I will do that again. But usually what comes is slap of market. It slaps you directly to your face. You cannot defend, and you make a big loser. And then I felt totally depressed. I need to tell you, totally down, totally depressed. I didn't want to talk to my friends. I was like a bit down. That happens when you make a big loser, because the emotion that is provided by sadness is much deeper than happiness. Remember, guys, sadness is much deeper than happiness. And happiness lasts for a brief moment, while the sadness, feeling of down, can last for much longer. In order to actually prevent it, will drop your risk. That is the point of this webinar, guys. It doesn't matter if you want to make big money, right? Then you can do it with bigger account. But if you're building your account slowly, then you need to know that you cannot make from 1,000, 5,000 in a single day, 2 or 3. For this account, it will take months to be much higher. But it's good because don't forget, banks will give you 1% per year. If you can make 2, 3, 5%, 10% per month, you are perfect. Believe me. Just drop your risk. Do not grieve. Do not have hopes of getting rich overnight. And just listen to what we do. Follow our trades. Simple as that. I want you to be good. I want you to be successful. That is why we are fully transparent. We don't hide anything. Wins, losses, good trades, bad trades, everything is there. You can see it. We want to be different than others. Okay, I hope that I try to really answer. I always talk to my heart. I don't prepare for these webinars. I just prepare slides, but I don't have anything that I memorize. I even when I studied economics, I never tried to learn, just to read and try to memorize. I always try to understand the big point, the main point. And it also made me to finish my studies in the term. And it's I'm not a person who can just memorize it by my heart and just talk. That is not who I am. So I never prepare for these webinars. I talk straight from my heart. So yeah, I hope that you actually enjoyed it. I like to have these webinars like I'm talking to you, not like I'm educating you, not like I'm there in front of you giving you the theory craft. I want to talk to you straight. That is why I put this camera so you can see me, see my eyes, and look me in my eyes when I talk. You will see a lot of honesty, really, and I hope that you feel it. So thank you guys for listening, and definitely if you have any problem, guys, with trading, just write it down. Always there to help you out. I wish you a great trading week, great trading day. Enjoy wherever you are, guys, and I will talk to you soon. And don't forget that we will have a seminar in Slovenia on 22nd of September. So if you can come somehow, if you manage somehow to come, guys, you can register also on our website on evanbright.com. I would really like to see you and meet you in person. Thank you, guys. Talk to you soon. Cheers. And as always, trade safe.